It's a jolly day. Would you like to try our peach mango pie with a side of the Great Ace Attorney? Because if you do, then let's go ahead and get started. Hiya, hey everyone. Happy Tuesday. Hope everyone is doing good. Hello. Moonlight Usagi, thank you so much for being first. And Tough Tony, hello to you. How's everyone? I am doing pretty good. So if you guys were here earlier, Arcadia, thank you so much for following and joining the constellations. Welcome in. So if you guys were here earlier, I did a Ring Fit stream because I haven't exercised in quite a bit. And I need to get back to doing that. So we did a little bit of Ring Fit earlier, and then afterwards I went ahead and had some tacos for lunch. And then I had a shower. I took a shower. I'm not doing so great. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, hopefully you know, you can sit back and relax and just enjoy the stream. Today is really exciting because I'm starting the final case of the Great Ace Attorney #1. As you guys know, there are 2 games in this duology, and I'm a little sad. Like, I want to finish the game, but also there is a whole second game to do. So, hey to you too, Ginger. I'll ask at the end of once we finish the first game, but I was interested to see what people were thinking, because I know you've asked this before. Once we finish this game, if we want to go on to Great Ace Attorney 2, or if we want to go back to Phoenix Wright 2. Mostly because I miss Phoenix. I like Ryunosuke so much, but I really miss playing as Phoenix as well. And you know, we kind of hop back and forth between Phoenix Wright to Great Ace Attorney. But I know that a lot of you guys were like, no, just go straight into the second game. So whatever you guys are feeling, let me know. But we'll go ahead and tackle that at the end of this trial. The last trial took what, like 4 or 5 streams. So, you know, I'm assuming that this one's gonna take even longer, because usually the last trial of the game like takes the longest. Devilish Love, hello, how are you? I am doing pretty good. I hope you're having a good evening. Hey Kieran, hope you had fun working out earlier and prepared for tonight's stream. I'm also doing good and chilling myself. I'm glad that you're still doing good. Thank you so much for stopping by, Tough Tony. Okay. Although, you know what? I was thinking about doing a stream of doing these. This game does have like these escapades, which are short extra episodes. So maybe like doing like a stream where we do these. I don't know how long these are, and I'm assuming, are these all like after the first game or the second game? Yeah, so this one has Natsume, so William Pat beat Old Bailey courtroom where the defendant is none other than Sholmes himself. So maybe it looks like all of these are episode 1, or the first game. Let me check. Hold on. Great Ace Attorney escapades. I just want to make sure, like, if I should play these before or after the first game. Oh, there's a game facts thread about this. What exactly are the mini escapades? When should I play them? I don't really understand them. I kind of want to know them, but I'm also worried about spoilers. I played them, but held down the button to skip text without looking at the script just to get the toe trophy. What's playing a PS4? The escapades tell you what chapters it covers first, so don't worry about spoilers. Okay, so they're only like 10 minutes-ish. Okay. At the end of game 1. Okay, so I can do that at the end of game 1 then. Okay, perfect. When my friends and I did this case, it took us so many streams. Oh, okay, I see. Like, I'm fine with relishing how long it takes to complete this game, because I'm not in any hurry. Clearly, I really love the Great Ace Attorney. I'm fine taking my time with that. And it looks like, so if these are about 10 minutes-ish each, I think I can probably do these on a separate stream. So I guess once we finish game 1, we'll go ahead and do another stream where we read all these escapades out. I won't be here long. I'm sorry about that. Good luck on the trial. No problem. Go do what you gotta do. Take care. Give me 1 second. I got a text. I gotta answer it really fast. Okay, so I'll go ahead and let me make a mental note to go ahead and I mean as in write it in OBS. Play Great Ace Attorney escapades after finishing game 1. Okay, cool. So it is time. You hit 100k channel points? Oh my goodness gracious. So episode 5, The Adventure of the Unspeakable Story, The Hound of the Baskervilles. A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal have ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. I can't read that small text. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. I remember in BBC Sherlock, Baskerville was episode 2, right? Because episode 3 was Reichenbach. It's been so long since I consumed BBC Sherlock. Is it congrats or I feel sorry for you? Oh my god. Okay. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should have made these the thumbnails. What the hell was I doing?
It's coming!
Oh!
Sholmes's cry pierced through the thick wall of fog around us. Wisps of vapor flowed over the pistol as I cocked it, and I waited breathlessly in the stillness. The silence lasted for what seemed an eternity, until, at last, it appeared. From the shadows of the cloud,
Doggy?
an enormous beast sprang out upon us.
Dog?
A hound it was, but not such a hound as any mortal has ever seen. Its eyes glowed with a smoldering glare. The whole of its ox-sized body was outlined in white-hot flames. Its rumbling pant and hideous howl, so terrified was I that I began to tremble with fear. Look well, Wilson.
I'm so lucky I missed out on the BBC Sherlock face of the internet. Oh no.
This is the diabolical Hound of the Baskervilles.
Do we get an anime cutscene? Our first 2 months in London passed by in a flash. And that disconcerting courtroom experience we were first thrown into on the day we arrived in the country. Hello, welcome in, Max. And in Souseki-san's terrible ordeal that had followed closely behind, we had emerged victorious. However, there then came an abrupt end to our opportunities to appear in court. Which was hardly surprising, of course, since I was nothing more than an amateur and unknown student of law from a faraway land. So life in our little office was very quiet. That is, until it was shattered one day by that fateful telegram. Oh, fuck, too early! 15th April, 9:13 a.m. Naruhodo's legal constituency. That morning, I was woken by the unreserved knocking on the door by the telegram boy. You got a new phone, congratulations! Also, I'm so sorry that I missed the hiya hey hey. Hello to you, Ash Frost. But after he'd gone, Susato-san's behavior became very obviously strange. Susato-san? Yes. It is time to leave for court already? Let me see. What case is it today? I don't think I'm scheduled to defend anyone at the moment, am I? Oh, no, of course not. How very silly of me. But I think Iris said she would make us breakfast this morning. So shall we go down to Mr. Sholmes' suite? Yes. Iris makes the most delicious breakfast food. She does, doesn't she? And once our bellies are full, we can leave for court in the fighting fit form. Let me see. What case is it today? Here we go again. We don't really do much of the, exploring and talking. We mostly did that on the ship trial. And thank God, because honestly, I get really, having to go between different places. So, what was it about? The telegram that was delivered this morning, I mean. Oh, a telegram? I don't know what you're talking about. Sorry, but you're not going to get away with that. Well, I didn't think I would. Actually, don't give it a moment's thought. It's nothing interesting. Boring, in fact. It was just a boring old telegram. That's 3 times in a row she's tried and failed to convince me it was nothing. I promise that I'll tell you about it at some point. All right, I understand. I suppose Soseki-san will have arrived back in Japan by now, won't he? Yes, I should think so. He left immediately after that terrible ordeal. Which would mean he should have completed the voyage already, or be just a few days away. A fortnight? I don't have a sound effect for that, but ago we would have that very long telegram from him, do you remember? Complaining of seasickness. But by and large, it seems the voyage has not been going well. It has been going well. Is something wrong, Naruhodo-san? I was just wondering, what might have become of Soseki-san had he stayed in London? That's all. You mean, as regards Lord Van Zykes, the Reaper? Yes. I can't help wondering if seasickness would have paled into insignificance in that case. What is it they say? That no one who stands in the dock can be saved from the Reaper, right? Like the way that nightmarish trial ended on the very day we arrived in London. Even 2 months on, the cause of that dreadful fire is still a mystery. Yes, but at least Soseki-san is safely out of the country now. Presumably that means that the curse of the Reaper can only take effect within the confines of the city of London, perhaps. Even if that's the case, it's little comfort. I have a terrible sense of foreboding. Oh my god, not the pickup lines. Keep those in your pocket. If the legend of the Reaper is to be believed, it would mean he wields the sword of justice himself. Come to think of it, I wonder what he's been up to these past 2 months. Surely not wielding that sword against more acquitted defendants. No, I don't think so. Apparently, Lord Van Zykes hasn't appeared in court once since our last encounter. Oh? Yes, since Soseki-san's trial, he's withdrawn from judicial service again, it seems. Really? Just like before, when he wasn't seen in court at all for several years. I hope you're doing good today. So, it's just been me who's had to face him in his recent spate of trials, then? Ugh, just my luck. I wonder if luck doesn't come into it. Sorry? What was that? Oh, nothing. Never mind. Let's examine the room and see what we've got here. It's spring at last, and the weather is warmer now. It's almost spring for me! Ah! But I love the smell of the fire and the steam rising from the kettle. You know what's so funny? I was going through Etsy because I wanted to see what Ace Attorney merch people have. And someone has these like great Ace Attorney themed candles, and they had one for Ryu, and it was what was it? Let me look it up really fast because I want to see what people think he smells like. Great Ace Attorney candle. It was really cute. They have one for everyone, but for Ryunosuke, it was called Token of My Resolve. Black ginger, bamboo, cedarwood. Ooh, that's a very masculine kind of scent. I like that. Ginger. Ginger once she hears the word ginger. Maybe I should buy this. I'll check it out later, but I'm not too crazy. Like I think like the sort of like sandalwoody like masculine scents are like good to smell like for someone else, like on someone else. I wouldn't like it on myself. Oh wait, they have one for Kazuma as well. What's the Kazuma flavor? Token of my destiny. Smoked oud, rosewater, and ambergris. Okay, kind of like a very like a almost like an oceany kind of scent. Do they have one for Phoenix? Because I saw one for Edgeworth. Wait, they have one for Sylvain? Oh my god. They have one for Edgeworth. Do they have one for Phoenix? Or is the Edgeworth one? The Edgeworth one is called Token of My Worth. It's dark plum, parchment, and amorous. Ooh, that sounds like that would smell pretty good. Wait, the Sylvain one. Out on the town with Sylvain, smoky woods, warm spice, and caramel. I don't know about the warm spice. I'm not really that crazy about fall scents. I'll put a link to the, here's the Ryunosuke scent, and then you guys could check out the seller's other candles in their store. The seller is called Wicks by Werby. Looks like they have all these different fandom ones, but I want to see if they have one for, looks like they don't have one for for what's his name? For Phoenix, right? Ooh, they have wax melts. Oh my god, I don't have a wax melt burner, but that'd be pretty fun. I'd love to try those flavors out. Oh, would you like some tea, Naruhodo-san? Thank you, Susato-san, but I'm all right for now. With the green tea Susato-san makes me from time to time and Iris's unique herbal infusions, this place is paradise for a true tea lover. Green tea is such a wonderful accompaniment to British tea cakes, don't you think? That spade has been in here since we started renting the place. Oh, that's not a spade, Naruhodo-san. It's a shovel. No, shovels are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a spade. No, spades are for digging. That's for scooping up loose material. It's a shovel. I don't want to dig a hole for myself, so let's leave it. Oh, and I forgot. Okay, wait. You guys want to answer today's check-in question? Today's check-in question is, what was the first game you faked an illness to stay home and play all day? Brian tagged me on this like Twitter thing with like people's different like child games that you guys like played when you guys were kids and whatnot. And I thought it'd be really funny to ask you guys that too. So this is the tea set that Susato-san brought with her from Japan. Let's hope she hasn't noticed me slipping sugar and milk into my cup when she makes it. Ugh, it's just so bitter. Tea is a drink to be enjoyed, Naruhodo-san. You really don't have to force yourself to drink it, you know. I don't like to see you screw up your face, so. Some Mario game to play with my brother when he was sick, or Pokemon or this. Oh, it's so cute! I don't know if I told you guys, but I went on this like bender of like my YouTube algorithm just giving me all these different videos that I didn't ask for, but I'm totally down to see. And like I've been getting a lot of Sims videos, and one of the videos is like the Sims console games. And like, I kind of want to replay the Sims PS2 because the Sims PS2 is like my ultimate Sims experience. I've never faked an illness to play a game, but I did take a lot of bathroom breaks in school to play Project Sekai. My god, welcome in, Shadow Girl. Ah, the Daruma doll I brought with me from home, still with the only one eye colored in. I said I'd color the other eye once I won my first court case here in Britain, but you have one, haven't you? Twice, in fact. Because I feel as though I'm still lacking as a lawyer. I tell you what, why don't you color the other eye in once you think I'm a proper, fully fledged lawyer? If you insist. We've only been here in London for about 2 months, but my desk is starting to look a little messy already. You could try to tidy up once in a while. Susato-san, I always say, making a mess is a small sacrifice to pay for being able to further your studies. And time spent tidying up is time you can't devote to the same cause. And time spent on ridiculous arguments is time that could be better spent on some simple housework. She wins, but I'm supposed to be the lawyer here. Ah, this must be the telegram. Let's see. Ah! No! You mustn't look at that! Not under any circumstances! All right, I won't! I'm sorry, Naruhodo-san, but you can be very mischievous at times. And put the telegram away if you don't want people looking at it. We were rather lucky to find that old aquarium left behind here. The prawns we put in there are doing rather well, and the anemones too. It's a wonderful invention, isn't it? The sea behind glass, inside your room. Another example of Great Britain's greatness. Having to clean it out and change the water isn't so great though, is it? Do you know, I've never seen inside your room there, Susato-san. I've never even peeped inside. I should think so too. A young maiden's private chamber is a place of bittersweet secrets, you know. Whatever you say, young maiden. Did I get everything? I did. What if I just... Yeah, let's present the armband again. It means a great deal to me, you know. That you cherish his armband so, and wear it each time you appear in court. Well, it's very important to me. It's what shows me that the man that I loved once lived. And that I'm also a lawyer. And whenever I wear it, I feel as though it gives me strength through Kazuma. I absolutely can't be without it, especially when I'm at a critical point in a trial. But just the other day, I noticed you weren't wearing it when we went to that park. And Tasukaru. Sometimes I forget to take it off. Naruhodo Legal Consultancy. My lodging's an office located in the attic above the suite of rooms rented by Mr. Sholmes. I call it a consultancy, but clients aren't exactly beating down the door. With the furniture we've moved in recently, this place is starting to feel like a real office. Sholmes' suite, the home and office of the world-famous great detective and his young companion, Iris. It seems people from all over the globe come to engage in his consulting detective services. When you're ready, let's go downstairs for breakfast. "15th April, Sholmes' suite.
Good morning, Runo. Morning, Susie.
Good morning, Iris. Iris?
What is it, Runo?
What is that terrible noise? Ugh, it sounds like a cat being strangled.
Yes, you noticed that, did you? Joey isn't in the best form this morning, it seems.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes. Good morning.
A good morning to die, perhaps.
Has something happened, Mr. Sholmes? You look miserable, and the way you were playing the violin before.
My analytical mind is dead. Music is dead. The world is dead.
Damn this blanched existence!
That's all it is, my dear fellow. Nothing of consequence.
I'm afraid I don't understand.
Well, Iris, isn't it time we ate? Some dry toast and insipid coffee for me, if it's not too much trouble.
Kitty! Oh, look! It's Wagai! Good morning, boy. That must be some sort of tiny door for cats to use. But how did it get there?
Well then, everyone, time for breakfast.
Oh, wonderful. Let me help you, Iris.
It would indeed be a fine day to die.
I knew something looked different. Something's missing from Mr. Sholmes' desk. You seem to be very unhappy this morning, Mr. Sholmes. What's happened?
It used to be the case that in my hands, this violin sung like the dawn chorus. Its mellissonant tones would make flowers bloom.
It would?
But now, the muses are unamused with me. The goddesses of music have thrown me over.
Whatever do you mean, Mr. Sholmes?
For hours I have bowed, for days even. Through the night I have endeavored to no avail. That sound, my tone, is lost. That brilliance, clear, unwavering tone. Gone forever! No more recitals of unbridled emotion.
Well, you haven't been practicing much lately, have you, Hurley?
Don't worry, I'm sure it'll come back to you in time.
Heed my words, Mr. Naruhodo. The goddesses of the arts are fickle. One day they bestow genius on a man, the next they unmercifully withdraw it.
Oh, dear.
Ah! Why is this happening to me? If they take the turn I have for the violin from me, what is left? For pity's sake, what is left?
Deduction, perhaps? Isn't that what you're known for? Zah, thank you so much for the care package. Hello to you. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and stand up and treat ourselves to a nice little stretchy. Nothing on the right is left. All right, everyone, let's go ahead and twist our bodies to the left and twist our bodies to the right and stretch our arms straight up into the sky. We're gonna go ahead and roll out that right shoulder. Roll out that left shoulder. Very slowly, very gently, roll out that neck. Take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. One more deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Go ahead and take a sippy of your water, because you deserve it. Thank you so much, Zoth. I appreciate it. I want to show him my badge and see what he says. Mr. Sholmes, could I ask for your opinion about this?
You lure me to raise my languid head with the promise of some mental exaltation. Yet in my morbid depression, I'm confronted with the most mundane of problems.
Oh.
My mind finds greater stimulation in the unforgiving monotony of the floor than in your miserable offering.
Always glad to help.
Oh, my head weighs heavy on my shoulders.
Let me do that again to try to get the screenshot. I'm trying to get thumbnail pictures. That's why I'm taking the screenshots. There we go. Mr. Sholmes, I don't like to pry, but your desk looks rather empty today. It's not like you enjoy your screenshots or anything. Honestly, I don't really look back at my screenshots after I take them. That's kind of like my most like sinful secret, is that I don't really like go back and look at them. I mostly look at they've been really helpful for the thumbnails, but I don't really like be like
Oh, well done, Miss Susato. Your observational skills do give you credit.
Oh, no, Mr. Sholmes. They pale into insignificance when compared to yours. You'd struggle not to notice, wouldn't you?
You mean Hurley's great analytoscope? That's at Windibanks now.
Sorry? It's at a windy bank?
No, Windibanks, the pawnbrokery. What?
You could do a scrapbook for the year to go over your time with us. That's a really good idea, Zoth. Let me go ahead and do that. Because at the end, I'm pretty sure you were there at the end of last year. I did that end of the year recap stream. So maybe screenshot end of the year scrapbook. That'd be great. Thank you for that. You mean you pawned that enormous machine of yours?
It has some considerable value, you see. Quite undeservingly.
But isn't it a very important machine for your work? I do wish you had consulted us if your situation had become so desperate. I should have gladly passed what little income I have to you.
Dear madam, things are far from desperate.
But the pawnbroker has your wonderful machine. How can it be anything but desperate?
Making use of a pawnbrokery is quite ordinary here in London, I assure you.
It is? It doesn't sound ordinary at all.
It would seem that neither of you fully understand how pawnbroking works.
Oh. What's to understand exactly? What did you mean when you said we didn't fully understand how pawnbroking works?
To the people of London, pawnbrokeries are akin to banks.
Banks?
On Mondays, merchants relinquish their finest jackets and trappings to their pawnbroker of choice. With the shmoney they receive in return, they are able to trade happily through the week.
And on Saturdays, they go to recover the things using the money they've earned.
I had no idea. This has been a fascinating lesson for us.
does it, you know, especially people in inner London.
And should they have shmoney to spare, they would purchase another fine jacket. Not to wear, obviously, but to pawn should the need arise.
Oh, how ingenious. So whenever we have something that's getting in the way, we leave it at Windibank's, you see?
A pawnbrokery can be thought of as an extremely secure vault.
Who would have thought that even pawnbrokers are different here in Great Britain?
Of course, you have to watch Hurley with it. Sometimes he pawns things he really shouldn't. Don't you, Hurley?
What does it matter?
Leitmotifs, hello, it's been a bit. I hope you're doing good.
The world is dead to me now.
I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Come to think of it, I haven't seen Iris doing much writing recently. But there's paper already set up in the typewriter, look, as if she's about to start. And that reminds me, when I mentioned that Iris was in the process of writing a full-fledged novel, Mr. Natsume was most impressed. Ah, yes, Mr. Natsume. That's what I'll be doing too once I'm back in Japan, he said through tightly clenched fists and teeth. Oh my goodness! Henrik, thank you so much for the raid! Welcome in, welcome in! Idle raid, idle raid! I forgot to install Twitch when I swapped phones. It's no problem, thank you so much for stopping by, Leitmotifs. Gamers, if you guys are new here, hiya, hey, it's so nice to meet you guys. My name is Kieran. I am a magical idol VTuber as well as a queer Filipino American voice actor for animation, anime, and video games. If you guys play Fire Emblem, I provide the English voices for Sane and Rickard in Fire Emblem Heroes. If you guys like Genshin Impact, I provide the English voices for Kaedehara Yoshinori, who's Kazuha's great-grandfather. And if you guys like Yaoi or Boys Love, I play Koichi Mizuki in the Titan's Brides English dub. Welcome in, Raiders. Hope you guys are doing good. Sorry, I'm trying to install the shoutouts onto my Zatsudan screen because I always forget to give shoutouts whenever you guys raid, and I want to see a Henrik clip. There we go. That's the one. Let's see what's going on. Wait, that's not it. That's the wrong source. Yeah. Where's the one? Oh, my bad. How was your stream, Henrik? There we go. And close studio mode. Let's give a shout out to Henrik VT. What were you playing?
I was gonna say she's on the princess.
What? No, say that after. Say that again.
No, I'm good.
Say that.
Say it again. Say it, coward.
No one can make.
Act like a pussy instead of a bunny.
But thank you so much for the raid. I hope your stream went well. If you guys want to stick around, we are playing the Great Ace Attorney. If you need to head out, I completely understand. For anyone that wants to answer the check-in question, today's check-in question is, what was the first game you faked an illness to stay home and play all day? For me, it was Final Fantasy X-2.
What can I do for you?
Yes, it is the Gay Ace Attorney. We are starting we just started the 5th case for the first game, which is the last case. So if you guys need to head out for spoilers, I completely understand. But otherwise, let's get back to gaming in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a charming little white shelf, and full of charming little bottles, too. But the contents of them aren't quite so charming, it seems.
Science is the future, Mr. Naruhodo. You can't deny it. I'm saving my shmoney so that I can buy some chemistry apparatus as well.
Law, chemistry, takedown throws. What diverse skills you boast, Miss Susato.
As useful as they are, I'm not sure that my throwing skills are worthy of inclusion in that list.
Breath of Fire 2, ooh, or Super Mario RPG. They're both really good games. I was actually sick, but I played the hell out of Gears of War 3. All right, we'll let you take that excuse. I've never faked illness for a game, but I'm bringing Pokemon Emerald to school. Oh my god, I have a story where I was very irresponsible in middle school. In middle school, I brought my PSP, and I had an imported copy of Tales of Destiny 2 because I really loved the battle system for that game and just the sprites and all that because I love sprite games. And I remember I was like showing my friends in the lunch table or whatnot, and then I went to go pick up my lunch and I left my backpack at the table. And some kids stole the PSP, and I was devastated and so sad. And to be fair, that was my fault for being that stupid. But yep, don't ever bring your games to school, kids. Unless you're an adult in college and you're playing Pokemon with your friends, then do that.
Iris's beautiful tea set is there on the table as usual. A cup of one of her special herbal blends always helps me to relax when I'm feeling the strain. The English pastime of tea has many similarities with our own tea ceremony customs, don't you think? It's the idea of hospitality behind it, and that's the essence of tea.
I would tell my work I was going to take days off for the Souls games when they released. That's valid. I think before I went into my current day job, Fire Emblem Three Houses first released. So it came out the week before I started. So that entire week I spent exclusively playing Fire Emblem. And now that you guys have seen me stream Engage, you know exactly how degenerate I go when I play a Fire Emblem game. So I was doing that day in and day out for the whole week until I beat the game. And then I think I had the weekend to vegetate and be tired and catch up on my sleep so that I could be ready for my job when I started.
These are all mementos of Mr. Sholmes' past cases, I think. If he'd been involved in my case, I wonder if the beefsteak from Le Carnival would be on display here. A mystery shoe, a curious hammer, some mysterious dancing men, a bust of Napoleon. Napoleon's big bust from Fate Grand Order. What an entrancing collection.
It looks like an untidy assortment of junk to me, rather like what's on my own shelves.
Well, you really ought to learn to keep your things in order, Mr. Naruhodo.
No favoritism there at all.
The fire is burning comfortably in the grate again today. It's a very different feeling to a Japanese hibachi somehow. Oh, look at that photograph. Look at this photograph of a lady displayed in the mantelpiece. Could it be? Yes, it must be. It's the woman. Oh, how exciting.
Is that supposed to mean something to me? I don't get the reference. The lady in the picture?
It looks like that huge metal chest is being used as a table for tea and coffee. It seems very sturdy with an equally sturdy lock. Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't go around opening things. I always have to keep an eye on you, don't I? You're very mischievous.
How did you come to that conclusion? I brought my 3DS to school once. I had Ultra Moon at the time, and one of my friends got me an Ash Hat Pikachu. Got Ashunium Z out of it, so that was a pretty great day. We also played Mario Party since one of my classmates had a Wii. They brought their Wii to school? What the hell?
There's all sorts of these shelves. Chemistry apparatus, books, papers, and lots of things I've never seen before. It's all heaped up so high, I can't help feeling that the whole lot is going to topple at any moment. Oh, it's such a charmingly untidy collection of paraphernalia, isn't it? It just looks messy to me, like my desk. But you, Mr. Naruhodo, must learn to tidy up after yourself. No favoritism there, then. Look at Mr. Sholmes' desk. It's completely clear. Isn't that enormous machine usually on it? We can never hope to understand what goes on in the great detective's mind, Mr. Naruhodo. Why, next time we're invited, we may find he's vacated the entire suite. That's scarily plausible, actually. But a whole-ass gumball machine to school? What the heck? Mr. Natsume's cat seems to have settled in onto his new home then.
Oh, yes, and I become very attached to little Wagi.
It would appear his previous owner has completely forgotten to him. Cats are unfeeling creatures. Their mews are as empty as the hearts of the muses.
If Mr. Natsume had no intention of taking Wagi back to Japan, I wonder why he kept him in the first place.
I expect that he would have taken him if he could. But pets are strictly forbidden aboard steamships in our experience. And for good reason. Terrible things can happen if the rules of passage are not obeyed. Yeah, like my husband fucking dying.
Well, I don't mind, because Wagi is adorable. Yeah.
Yes, he really is. Oh, yes. Oh, what about the door? I don't remember seeing that tiny thing in the main door before. Where did that come from?
Oh, you noticed? You're very observant, Runo. Look, I used this. It's my latest invention.
What? What is that?
I call it the cat flap-o-mat.
Gosh, a machine for making doors just for cats?
That's right. It can make a cat flap for a furry little friend like Wagi in seconds. And it can do it in any door at all, no matter what it's made of. It's very powerful, you see.
Wouldn't it have been quicker just to make the cat flap rather than making a machine to make the cat flap?
Well, yes, maybe. But now I can make cat flaps anywhere I like.
Oh, I think it's wonderful. You must make one for us in the door of our office upstairs, Iris. She really knows how to come up with unconventional inventions, this girl. Oh, what was that? Wagahai? Oh.
What was that?
Oh no! Wagahai's tangled up in your violin!
I think he thinks it's a toy. No! What's he doing to it? Oh dear. Mr. Sholmes' precious violin.
Why should I care?
What?
I shouldn't be surprised. If the cat is a more accomplished musician than I now.
Mr. Sholmes really is in poor spirits, isn't he?
Anyway, I'll put it back where it lives. Shall I, Hurley?
Out of the cat's reach, if possible. Maybe we should assess the damage. We need to spend more time investigating here. Oh, I gotta look for Wagahai. Is that what's up? So this is the violin, is it?
It's a Stradivarius, one of the finest violins in the world, made by the renowned Italian luthier Antonio Stradivari.
Oh, I see. It doesn't really look like anything special to me.
I happened upon it, covered upon dust, languishing in a pawn shop down a nondescript back alley.
Hello, hello, Miss Midnight!
The broker had no idea of its value, so I was able to purchase it for a mere 55 shillings.
How honorable of you.
And until today, it has been my faithful companion in every great Paganini-inspired performance I have made. I ask you, is there reason to live in a world devoid of music, to tolerate this blanched existence? No! There is none!
Mr. Sholmes?
What, dear madam, what? My thoughts are preoccupied with fancies of release from this dull routine.
Well, it's about the violin. It looks very different to normal, don't you think? What do you mean, Miss Susato?
Oh, Susie's right. Yes, the tone of the wood is completely different.
And that's not all. I'm sure there was no crack here before. Wait, it's not even the right size, is it?
What's this?
I'm terribly sorry to have to tell you this, Mr. Sholmes, but that instrument isn't a violin at all.
Then what?
I believe it's an entirely different instrument called a viola.
What?
Oh, Mr. Sholmes, are you all right?
You're right. You are quite right. It isn't my faithful Stradivarius. So what, pray, is this piece of stringed flotsam?
Not your faithful performing partner, then?
Ah, I see what must have happened.
You do, Iris?
This is just a simple mix-up.
It sounds like Iris might be able to tell us exactly what's happened if we ask her. What did you mean by a mix-up, Iris?
Well, you see, this viola, I mean, was at Windibanks's until last week.
At the pawnbrokers? Not Mr. Sholmes' beloved musical partner.
There's a proverb from the East, with which you are no doubt familiar, my dear fellows. Always let a beloved child travel.
Yes, indeed. So you sent your beloved violin to the pawnbrokers in the hope that it would experience personal growth? Oh, what a wonderful idea.
Last week, I pawned my great analytoscope in order to release my precious instrument. But it would appear Mr. Winterbank mistakenly furnished me with this tawdry fiddle instead. But my ears cannot be deceived by the hollow timbre of this piece of timber.
No, but your every sense was deceived by the fact that it just had strings.
Pshaw! A fine state of affairs this is, and why I always say, Mr. Naruhodo, never trust a pawnbroker. They will try to fiddle you every time.
But earlier you told us you could think of a pawnbrokery as an extremely secure vault.
Come, Mr. Naruhodo. Dilly-dallying will get you nowhere.
Sorry?
Crunching your toast with that vacant aspect, pressing your coffee so obtusely. Are you not a little embarrassed by your own conduct, considering the urgency with which we are faced?
We must visit Mr. Winterbank's brokery at once. That's right, isn't it, Mr. Sholmes?
Precisely, Miss Susato, without a moment's delay.
But I haven't finished my bacon and eggs.
My dear fellow, surely you do not still intend
To crunch your bacon with an increasingly vacant aspect? To press your egg ever more obtusely? All right, say no more. Let's go then.
Don't worry, Runo. I'd be happy to heat it up for you again later.
Oh, thank you, Iris. As it happens, I'm rather curious to see what the British pawnbrokers looks like. A new location has been added. Oh, we can go to Winterbanks, or Baker Street. My eyes are like... A bustling London street on which can be found Mr. Sholmes' office and Winterbank's pawnbrokery. There's a large park nearby too. I'm so glad that you can just instantly go wherever you need to go. You don't, because in Phoenix, right? Let's say if you want to go to Winterbank's pawnbrokery, you'd have to go from Sholmes' suite to Baker Street and then Baker Street to pawnbrokery. But it looks like you can just go directly there. What a bustling place. Oh, London is such a fantastic city. A pawnbroker shop on Baker Street. Mr. Sholmes is a regular, it seems. A British pawnbroker shop. How fascinating. Okay, I think really fast, I'm just gonna go take a quick little BRB. I'm gonna go eat some cereal just because I feel a little like I need to eat some dinner really fast. So it won't take too long. I'll just BRB in like a few minutes.
All right. Thank you guys for holding. Yeah, I was feeling my head like, you know, leaning forward and getting dizzy. And this happens a lot whenever I play Ace Attorney. It's mostly just because there's a lot of reading and it takes a lot of energy out of me. So as soon as it happened, I was like, I have to eat something really fast. So I just made myself a quick little bowl of cereal. I had some grapes, and I forgot I had this. I was saving it for today's stream. I have some melon cream soda because we were talking about melon cream soda, and I really wanted it. Yeah, thank you guys for being patient and waiting. Ah, so good. Because I told you guys I went to H Mart the other day, so I'm so glad they stock it. Oh, there's no one here to talk to. It's already been 2 months since we started taking lodgings here above Mr. Sholmes' office. I still can't quite believe it. I never expected things would turn out like this.
Oh, I know. To actually be sharing accommodation with the world's greatest detective. If I ever find myself before a court of law now, I will have not one regret. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'd be happy to defend you, of course.
okay. It's cute to just have a little bit of flavor text. This wasn't necessary, but... Look at all the different things in the window of this shop. That's Winterbank's, the pawnbrokery. It looks much smarter than a pawnbroker's in Japan, doesn't it? Yes, you're right. I find pawn shops at home rather inapproachable, personally. It reminds me of tearfully parting away with my favorite fountain pen. Oh, I felt so miserable. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm worried, Mr. Naruhodo. How is it?
Thank you! "15th April. Winterbank's Pawnbrokery. So this is a British pawnbrokery.
Oh my, there are all sorts of tools and contraptions in here that I've never laid my eyes on before.
Ah, Susato-san, and that spark of wonder in your eyes. You can't wait to scour the shelves, can you?
I get the impression that you enjoy places like this.
Oh yes, I don't know why, but seeing such a lot of things I don't understand is a real thrill for me.
My dear fellows, let us not forget why we are here.
Oh, Mr. Sholmes.
We're calling on matters of business, not pleasure.
And clearly Mr. Sholmes means business too, judging from the spark of fury in his eyes.
Yeah, Mr. Sholmes, sir. Welcome back. Did you hear that brazen welcome?
Well, yes. We are potential customers after all.
We are disgruntled customers, Mr. Naruhodo. It's time to inform Mr. Winterbank of our ire. Come! The flight is afoot!
Well, let's see what's here first.
What are you doing, my dear fellows? We are not here to browse for interesting curios. We've come to teach this broker a lesson.
Oh, but there are just so many fascinating items.
It looks as though we'll have to talk to Mr. Winterbank first before we can explore in here, Mr. Sato. I wonder, could I ask you something?
Ah, gentleman from the east, I see.
Yes, that sable suit. I suppose I could offer you 6 pence for it. Without wishing to offend, the tone is somewhat, dull.
Sorry?
Aha! But for your splendid attire, ma'am, 5 guineas, no less. The colors are exquisite, the design exotic, Eastern artistry at its finest, may I say.
Oh my, 5 guineas, you say? How interesting.
Why do I feel as though I've suffered some sort of defeat here?
Actually, I was hoping to ask you about your business. I've heard it said that pawnbrokeries are used rather like banks here in London.
Yes, sir, indeed. Many of my customers utilize the establishment as you describe. I appraise their items and offer them a proportionate loan and 2 months of secure storage. If in that time they repay the original sum to me plus the agreed interest, their items are happily returned.
But what happens if they don't pay you the money? Shmoney.
And the items are offered for sale in my shop, as you can see on the shelves behind me.
So you never sell items before the 2 months has passed, then?
That's right, ma'am, that's right. which means some considerable responsibility rests on my shoulders. Should a customer's precious belongings be lost, the only recompense is for me to end it all.
The very idea, Mr. Winterbank, is an absurdity. One should never talk of one's demise so casually.
Says the man who was telling us all it was a good day to die only this morning.
And let us not forget that I have already helped you take measures to ensure such a tragedy never occurs.
Oh, what sort of measures?
I engineered a simple device which Mr. Winterbank has installed here in his shop. I call it the Red-Handed Recorder. Is that not so, Mr. Winterbank?
Yeah.
What was that deep sigh about?
Naturally, you will recall this, which I retrieved from you some days ago.
Yes.
This second-rate fiddle is not my faithful instrument, Mr. Winterbank.
The color of the wood is different. It has holes in it.
It's not even the same size.
A wonderful summary of our observations, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm so very sorry, sir. How utterly unforgivable of me. An inexcusable mistake for a pawnbroker. There is only one way to make amends. I shall have to take my own life! Oh my god!
I don't think that will be necessary. Do you?
If I may just say one more thing before I pop off, Queen.
Yes?
It was you, sir, Mr. Sholmes, who took it upon himself to remove the item the other day. I believe.
Sorry?
As I recall, I entered the storeroom to fetch your violin when I heard, here it is.
You did?
And when I turned to controvert you, you had taken the viola and left, sir. However, there can be no doubt that the blame lies firmly at my own door for allowing you to leave. So I shall not grumble or grouse any longer. May this guilt die with me.
No, stop, my dear fellow. The fault is mine.
Ew.
It would appear that the fight is over.
I do humbly apologize, Mr. Winterbank. Evidently, my questionable disposition precipitated this tragedy.
Well, you wouldn't be Herlock Sholmes without that questionable disposition now, would you?
I do believe you may be right, sir.
It's either laugh or cry, I suppose.
You are, it must be said, one of my more challenging customers. I needn't remind you of the peculiar collection of items you've brought through my door in the past.
Oh? Peculiar items?
In the extreme, ma'am. For example, the unpublished manuscript of an eponymous work, the novels of Herlock Sholmes or some such.
Oh my! A new full-fledged novel? And unpublished? A story I have yet to read, you mean?
Oh, forgive me. Wait, before you die, you must tell me more. I must know more. Tell me everything.
Wow, Susato-san's really fired up right now.
Is there really an unpublished story under this very roof?
Well, one day the gentleman here brought in an old metal chest, you see.
I should like to entrust this to your care for a while, Mr. Windibank.
For a chest like that, 1 shilling, sir. Not a farthing more.
It houses something of very great value indeed. The latest manuscript, recounting the adventures of one Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
I beg your pardon? A manuscript? You wish to deposit a manuscript?
Indeed I do, for I am confident it will quite be safe here.
And that was that. As such, Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of the otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom.
Mr. Sholmes, is that really true?
Do I sense that someone doesn't want to talk about this?
I continue to pay your fee, do I not? Then kindly continue to store my belongings securely.
Of course, sir. Of course! It is even done with me, I assure you, on my life.
This is all very strange. What on earth is a red-handed recorder? Use your eyes, my dear fellow. There are 2 just below the ceiling. I can see what appears to be a camera attached to some sort of timing device. Very astute. It is indeed a camera furnished with some 100 pieces of celluloid film. And every 30 minutes precisely, the camera automatically records the appearance of the shop.
Thank you. Here, I have an example I can show you.
Ah yes, a print from the camera, set to record the activity at the shop counter. I developed a special type of film so sensitive, it produces a crystal clear image, even in darkness.
Really? That's extraordinary. Yes, you can clearly see the counter and the door behind it. Look.
So you see, were someone to enter the premises with ill intent, his identity would be summarily exposed.
But did you not say that the photographic prints were taken at 30-minute intervals?
Indeed, as you say, my dear madam.
Then what if the incident were to occur in between 2 times?
One could only say that would be a cruel twist of fate.
I must confess your devices have been giving me some cause for distress of late.
I beg your pardon, Mr. Windibank? Surely they are anything but distressing. Reassuring is the word.
It's the cost of the film, sir. You most graciously placed not 1 but 2 cameras in my shop after all. Which means I must pay nigh on 100 utterly useless prints every single day. I'm afraid the cost of the film will break me before I'm very much older.
Nevertheless, a small price to pay to ensure the safety of my preferred pawnbrokery, no? My dear fellows, we verge on an age where safety and security come at a price.
Literally, he predicted the Twitter blue! He predicted Twitter blue two-factor authentication! Oh, heavens help us! Now then, Mr. Sholmes, allow me to return your precious violin. The very thing. Oh, thank you, Mr. Winterbank. Perhaps this night might mark on the end of the peculiar items you tried to pop, Because if anything were to happen to one of them... This would be the only answer! I really think you gotta stop waving that gun around. Somebody could get hurt. Fear not! Sorry? I've only loaded a single bullet, so no one but myself could possibly be harmed! OMG, the gayest attorney! Let's go! Welcome in, Relix. That's not really what I meant.
Good day to you then, Mr. Winterbank.
It's been a pleasure as always, Mr. Schultz.
So, Mr. Nuttleholdo, now we can explore at last.
There seems to be a little door hidden behind that curtain there.
That leads to the storage room, where Mr. Winterbank keeps articles that are currently in pawn.
Ah, I see.
There's nothing of particular interest inside. I certainly wouldn't recommend any larcenous activity.
Recommend it or not, it's not something I tend to do.
There is but one key, and Mr. Winterbank keeps it in his pocket at all times. Before he sleeps, he places it into a small pot, which he slides under his pillow.
How on earth do you know about that, Mr. Sholmes?
I am a detective, sir. It's my business to know what others do not. I'm frequently assailed by information that I neither care for nor wish to retain.
Mr. Sholmes, you are a wonder.
Hand the prime suspect if this pawnbrokery is ever burgled.
Look at that enormous ledger open on the counter there.
Mr. Winterbank is, if nothing else, very particular about the recording of the items he accepts.
He'd have to be, otherwise he'd get himself into all sorts of trouble. Which might explain the thing that catches my eye far more than the ledger. This revolver here.
Oh, do not entertain even a single thought of pilfering an article herein, my dear fellow. I assure you, Mr. Winterbank would not hesitate to draw that weapon with a speed belly lying his portly size.
Oh, you don't mean he'd...
Blow his brains out? Indeed, in recompense for his blunder.
Oh my. But in any case, of course we would never do such a thing. How would you even suggest it? Look at this! What could this lovely big shiny box be?
That, my dear madam, is a music box. Surely you would have such things in your own country.
Oh my! Yes, but I've certainly never seen one so large before.
Shall we listen a little?
What a sublime sound. It's like the music of angels and possibly the Disney Channel.
I've never heard anything like it before in my life. I mean, the Disney Channel didn't even exist yet.
This particular specimen is one of the larger variety, commonly found in public houses and restaurants.
You can say it was the best of both worlds.
There is a metal disc inside where the notes to be played are recorded. Simply by replacing the disc with another, any music you care to imagine can be played.
My goodness, what a simply delightful machine.
Indeed, though their popularity has waned recently with the development of the gramophone, of course.
Science and technology advance at such an overwhelming pace.
That was cute.
What an assortment of things there are on the shelves here. Crockery, footwear, clocks and watches, almost anything you care to imagine.
Those are forfeited items offered for sale by the pawnbroker.
What does this really mean, though?
When you pawn, or colloquially, pop, an item, the broker loans you shmoney against its worth. He stores the item for an agreed period of time, after which the loan must be repaid. If not, he is free to display it in shop for sale, at a price of his choosing.
Oh, yes. Now you've explained it, I'm noticing little price tags on everything.
Of course, simply by paying the agreed interest on the loan, one can extend the period of safekeeping. So you may pawn that black garb of yours without fear, my dear fellow. After all, wouldn't the person reading this dialogue love to see you without them on?
My treasured university uniform? Never! It embodies my student spirit!
Now what do you suppose this rather enormous machine does?
It seems to have two little windows for looking through.
Allow me to entertain you, my dear fellows. What you are looking at is a stereoscope.
A stereoscope. Fascinating.
It is aptly named, I assure you. Look through those eyepieces and see for yourself.
People. Oh!
Oh, I should be delighted to. Excuse me a moment while I just have a look.
I remember it's like when I was a kid, they weren't binoculars, but they were shaped like binoculars. You would like look into them and then there would be little switches where you could see different images inside, or you flip the little switch and then it shows a different image.
Just before you do, there's something I should point out. My dear fellows, in order to see the image properly, stereoscopically as it were, you will need to be cross-eyed. However, if that is beyond you, it is of little consequence today.
All right then. I'm going to try it. Mr. Naruhodo, you must see at once.
Oh, all right then. So I need to be cross-eyed, like I'm trying to look at my own nose. Did we get a screenshot of that? What the? I don't believe it. It's just a photographic print, but it seems like you could reach out and touch it. Oh, is this using, were we supposed to use the 3DS? The 3DS 3D gimmick? Was that supposed to be a 3DS moment?
Yes, the sense of death is startling, is it not? Stereoscopes are one of London's many fads. They are often found in little stalls in the park. People queue for hours to see them.
Why? Why are people meddling with such black magic?
It is no magic, my dear madam. It is, well, Far too complicated to explain at present. We shall save this lesson for another day.
Oh.
I feel like that's gonna happen in the case then. We're gonna have to look at a stereoscope and become cross-eyed. Or I guess turn on the 3D. It burned up so much battery life and all the headaches from not being able to... I know, but you know what? They really perfected it with the new 3DS. I wish it was utilized a little bit more, but, you know... That's not a calendar you could easily miss, is it? 15th April. Today's date.
Yes, that's not for sale, I must point out. It is an Eastern-style page-a-day calendar. Every night at midnight, I tear off the front page to reveal the following day's date.
The perfect calendar for a tearaway fellow such as yourself, Mr. Winterbank.
And who was it that walked out of here with the wrong violin before?
Well, when the agreed storage period is passed without repayment, articles are forfeited, you see. So I have to keep a close eye on the date. It's something of a pawnbroker's obsession, you might say.
Oh, yes. I can see that you're very dedicated to your job. Look at this. Whatever could it be used for?
I have no idea.
There's a small catch just here. Look.
We're going to open it, aren't we?
Oh my, that's amazing. It has some sort of spring-loaded mechanism.
Which we'll never manage to put back to the way it was before.
What are you two doing?
What? Us? Nothing. No, nothing at all. Whatever this device is, it seems to have a pair of little windows to look through. I feel as though I've seen something similar to this somewhere.
What? Only tuppence for it? That ain't fair, and you know it! The article is barely worth a penny, miss. I cannot offer more.
Sounds like there's an argument brewing over by the counter.
Come on, that can't be right. Have you even had a proper butcher's at it? I've seen all I need to see, young girl.
Oh! Oops. Wait, don't we know? I'm sure I recognize her.
Oh, yes. It's the young lady from Mr. McGilded's trial 2 months ago.
Her name is Gina Lestrade, my lord. She's a chancer. Earns a crust among large crowds, relieving people of their purses. What's commonly called a pickpocket.
Gordon Bennett, you lot! Hello, Miss Lestrade. I hope you've been well. Well, you remember me then, do you?
Well, I remember being completely surrounded by smoke, that's for sure. Han has such good emotes, it's so funny.
So, what are you doing in here?
Down and out like the rest of us.
Nothing to eat? Come to pop that black weasel, sorry, coat, have you?
What is this about the black uniform that makes everyone comment on it? You look really attractive and really cute in it.
Oh, good day, unless I'm much mistaken.
You would be the young pickpocket who stole our experimental smoke grenade launcher.
Mr. Sholmes!
So, You have something of value to pawn, do you? Allow me to see the article, and I shall negotiate with Mr. Winterbank on your behalf.
Pull the other one! I don't need no help from some stuck-up D! Get out of my business! Go on and I'll make trouble for you!
As you wish, Miss Lestrade.
Sholmes always needs money.
He's really done it. He's gone.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but as I said, there really is no room for negotiation here.
What is that thing he has on his hand? Some kind of metal disc?
And you! Go on, leave me alone!
Oh, Miss Lestrade, just pretend we aren't here. We shan't be offended in the slightest. Susa-san can really stand her ground whenever she wants to.
Whatever.
Actually, no, we're gonna converse. Somehow, I didn't really think you were the sort of person who'd use a pawnbroker, Miss Lestrade.
Yeah, well, I am. I'm a Londoner just like everyone else. A problem, is it?
No, not that at all. It's just that, oh, well...
Oh, I get it. You know, I know what you're thinking. That thing probably don't even belong to her. Probably got it on the door, didn't she? Yeah, I can see you written all over your Chevy Chase.
Well, I might have been thinking something along those lines. You're not going to deny it, Mr. Naruhodo? All right then, I'm just going to come out and ask you straight. Do you ever pawn things you steal from other people?
Well, I don't know how best to answer that, really. Suppose.
Sometimes. You're not going to deny it either, Miss Lestrade.
But not this time, all right? I swear! That thing belongs to me!
The disc that Mr. Winterbank is holding. Perhaps we should see what he has to say about all this.
It belongs to me! I stole it fair and square! She's been in here before, of course, this little Tandermalian.
I see.
And brought some dubious article or other with her every single time, I might add. Dubious? What are you trying to say? An honest customer, me!
So, is there something dubious about the disc she brought in today?
Well, if only it were that simple.
Sorry? Oh, what do you mean?
What she actually brought in was a storage ticket.
Ah, a storage ticket. So... Miss Lestrade has actually come to redeem an article from you today. Is that right?
Take care, Shadow Girl! Yeah, it's right. Guy like me has a lot of stuff worth needs storing.
All right, yes, that's definitely dubious.
It's a burn Transformers movie. They just don't have any DVD players. Yeah, you know, she got the old copy before they were even, born.
The article in question would have been forfeited at midnight tonight, but she gave me the ticket for it and repaid both the loan and the interest. I was obliged to return the article to her.
But what was the article? Do tell us, Mr. Winterbank.
The little scamp is wearing it, madam. It's the overcoat that she redeemed.
Oh.
What? What's wrong with that? It fits, doesn't it? I mean, it's mine, so of course it does.
So, what about the disc then? How does that come into all this?
Oh, the disc is something else. A new article to pawn if the girl and I can agree to a price.
Mr. Windibank, what exactly is this metal disc that Miss Lestrade has brought in? It seems to have hundreds of tiny little bumps on its surface.
Now this is a music disc, you see, for use inside a music box.
In a music box?
What? You even know what a music box is? You didn't act like you just didn't examine one? Eastern lot ain't too savvy, eh?
It's Shakespeare's mixtape? Oh god. Keep it, I don't want it. I know what a music box is. I've just never seen one of these discs before.
Small protrusions on the metal disc encode the tune to be played by the music box. You simply insert the disc and set the machine going, and beautiful music plays.
Arena, thank you so much for following and joining the constellations. Welcome in.
It's so incredible. Tell us, what tune is on this disc?
Well, are you sure you want to hear it? I mean, it is from the Kids Bop collection.
We belong together.
There's so many different types of music box, you see. British made, German, Swiss. I have no way of knowing which particular machine this disc is made for.
Ah, I see.
And that's it in a nutshell. We wouldn't have any customers for an item like this, even if the young lady forfeited it. Ah! Really, I'm already offering more than I should at a penny. That's a packet of lies! He told me he did! He said it was... Hell...
He? Who?
Never you mind! It just ain't right, that's all! This worth good money, I know it is! Oh, well then, you'll have to try your luck at another pawnbroker's, won't you? Ah!
I'm confused. I thought you said that Miss Lestrade brought in a storage ticket today.
It's really quite simple. Yes, the child brought me a storage ticket and the shmoney owed on it, as you say.
For this heavy black coat, which you returned to her care, as I understood it.
That's right, yes, and rather unsurprisingly, as soon as the little ragamuffin put the thing on, she went rifling through the pockets.
Oh, you mean...
What? Don't you know it's rude to stare at a lady?
Ah, I see. So it came from the pocket of the overcoat, did it?
You mean this disc? Then yes, exactly, ma'am.
It's fashion, Ryunosuke. Oversized coats are in.
And she immediately tried to pawn it. For quite a high price as well.
This is all rather suspicious, I think.
Get it up! I'm just trying to pawn something like anything else would.
Miss Lestrade, may I ask who deposited the overcoat here in the first place?
Well, me.
It doesn't really appear to be your size.
My old man! It's my old man's, ain't it?
Is it, Miss Lestrade?
Yes, this is definitely all rather sussy. Bust up the taser, we got a thief. Out of my way, please.
Who's this hottie?
Good day to you, ladies, gentlemen.
What's your problem, eh?
There's no problem, as long as you remove yourself. I've a matter to discuss with the proprietor. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside.
I'm gonna give him a Karen voice. Oh my god. And if you intend to make a problem of it, I shall see you outside,
Little girl, for the hiding you deserve.
Look, ain't it obvious? I ain't done talking with him yet.
Should we give him Karen male or Karen female? Just for the Karen-ness of it all.
Well, you are an impudent little brat, aren't you? As we have, as well as a pickpocket. Yeah? Who are you? How do you know who I am? The question is, how do you not know who I am? I would like to speak to your manager.
Is there a name for a male Karen? Well, let's see. Kiss 95.1 says, if you're a guy and you have a few things to say to the manager, then you're the male Karen. We've all heard the male version of Karen, Chad, Chaz, Eric, Steve, but these didn't click with me. So then we have a better name, and it came to me, Alan. What? Someone says Ken, another site says Terry. We should decide. No, you know what? Let's have our own male version of a Karen here. What should our male Karen name be? That way we can refer to people as that. What should our male Karen name be? He's definitely an Alan, though. Clyde, Bob, Lyle, Theodore. Well, those aren't like common. Who's the guy from the Goofy movie? Oh my god, what's his name? Goofy movie rich guy. Rich kid. Bradley! Bradley Upper Crust! Oh my god, wait, let me pull up a clip of Bradley Upper Crust, and let me see if I can just do that voice then for this guy. Bradley Upper Crust the Third! Wait, what? Why does he sound like that? Who voices him? He's like, hey, easy fella. That guy is gamma material. Who plays him? Oh, Jeff Bennett. Oh my god. Okay, yeah, we'll give him a Bradley then. We'll give him a Bradley voice, and we'll call male Karens Bradleys. You haven't the courtesy even to remember the faces of your victims, it seems.
What? You mean from you?
Broker.
Yeah, me. Yes, sir.
I believe this filthy pocket thief has just redeemed an article from you. No?
Yes, I am.
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once, or I will be speaking with the authorities about this.
Oh my. No, that's a lie! What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, I will have a word with the PTA about your parents, because they did not teach you any respect for the elderly.
any music box discs too.
No, you can't have it. You just can't. It's me old man's. Or it was. Now it's mine.
Goodness, Mr. Nuttall. This is a very awkward situation. I mean, I've never encountered a Karen, let alone a Bradley.
Yes. I think perhaps we should hear both sides of the story in a little more detail.
Miss Lestrade, is what the gentleman's saying?
What do you think? It's all lies, ain't it? Obviously. I swear on me life, I ain't ever laid eyes on that dandy before. Yeah, let's hear it now, you little ragamuffin. You stole it, didn't you? A ticket you brought in here just now. No, I swear it! I swear to God!
It was barely an hour ago. I was walking along the street, minding my own business, when this little guttering ran into me. I knew at once what had happened. I've been robbed yet again, I thought to myself. Those wretched pickpockets. Yet again? Oh yes, as you can see, I'm a man of impeccable style. I mean, I run my own Instagram account, of course. We have at least 1,600 followers. This isn't the first time that I've been targeted by these backslum scoundrels. And of course, I make sure to report them to my Facebook group at any chance that I can. Now then, relinquish my overcoat.
Come along now, Miss Lestrade. Give the good gentleman his coat back. If you're going to cause trouble, I shall have no choice but to call the police. Hold on! Why does everyone think it's me? Just look at this Danny Cove! You think I'm the dodgy one? I'm sorry, but no one's going to believe you. Well, what about evidence? Yeah. Where's your evidence I've stolen something, eh? Come on, let's see it.
Oh, I have evidence, naturally.
You what?
Evidence that the article Miss Lestrade redeemed actually belongs to the gentleman? Of course! We need only consult Mr. Windibank's ledger to know the truth. We'll be able to look up the name of the person who deposited the article in the first place. Yes! Brilliant!
I'm very sorry, but I'm afraid that won't be possible.
Oh.
I never ask for customers' names. That's a strict policy of mine.
But, why not?
Well now, as you can imagine, some of my customers have circumstances to consider. A great many of them prefer to maintain their anonymity.
Yes, I see. But then, how can you know if an article belongs to a person asking to redeem it?
Oh, it's quite simple. Good sir, might I trouble you for the watchword associated with the article in question?
Of course, it's... Professor.
Yes, that's right. On all the evidence we need. This gentleman is the rightful owner of the article, without doubt.
A watchword? Interesting. So, about these watchwords, Mr. Windibank.
As I explained it, I never ask for customers' names when they deposit items with me. There are many reasons why. Certain customers would like to keep their activity secret.
That wasn't exactly a subtle glance at the Mr. Sholmes now, was it?
Great detectives have no dark secrets. None at all.
Yes, well. Anyway, that's why I always ask for a watchword whenever I accept a new article. In many ways, it's like the secret combination of word numbers used to unlock a vault. A date of deposit, a description, and a watchword uniquely identify each item. And of course, I then give a storage ticket to the customer. When someone comes to redeem something, I ask for the ticket and the watchword.
If that someone tells you the correct watchword, you return the article?
That's right, sir. Just as soon as the requisite fee is paid.
And I have supplied you with the information you require already. But for the avoidance of doubt, the article in question is an overcoat, deposited 2 months ago on 15th February. With the watchword of Professor.
All perfectly correct information, sir.
Oh!
Really, this is beyond a joke now. There's no further room for doubt.
Look at Mr. Windibank, watching diligently over his shop. There's so many things I'm curious about. I don't believe this is a time for browsing, Mr. Naruhodo.
We should probably see whether that argument's been resolved yet, I suppose.
Excuse me, but, who are you?
One would expect the inquirer to introduce himself first. Though clearly you are not British, so perhaps our ways are foreign to you.
Oh, yes, sorry. We're from the Empire of Japan. We're studying here.
Oh yes, Japan. I've heard talk of the place. I love partaking in California rolls, of course.
What the hell?
Its inhabitants live on some fiery brown-colored soup, dressed with exotic spices.
You, might be thinking of somewhere else. And what the fuck did I just watch? Was he doing a TikTok dance?
Perhaps. Anyway, if you are a gentleman, sir, you offer your own name first, before inquiring after the name of another.
Of course, yes. I'm Ryunosuke Naruhodo. I'm a lawyer. Well, a student of law, actually. My name is Susato Mikotoba. I am Mr. Naruhodo's assistant.
I see. My name is Bradley Uppercrust III.
Egbert Benedict? Benedict Cumberbatch?
Enchanté.
And she'll flip you like a pancake, good sir. He's so refined in how he holds himself and how he speaks, but that name is sussy.
Now, to the matter at hand. My overcoat. Return it at once to someone with the style to carry it off and the nerve to speak to the manager.
Wait, oh, is it Eggert? Wait, did I read it wrong? Was it Eggert or Egbert? Eggert! Oh, Egbert! I was like, Homestuck, sure. It's Eggs Benedict. A young English gentleman with an aloof and high-handed manner. He appeared at Windibank's pawnbrokery accusing Gina of stealing his redemption ticket. Reading is hard. What the hell? Why do I do this?
Every move he makes, every breath he takes, I'm watching.
Oh, wait, that's literally a reference to the line.
I can't stand watching him.
Every step you take, every breath you make, I'm watching you.
So let that be an end to the matter. And thank you for your custom, Mr. Eggert Benedict, sir.
I don't know why that dance makes me uncomfortable. You know what that dance is? That's like when you're at a club and you don't know how to dance, so you're just kind of like, I don't know how to dance, so that's what I do when I'm at a club.
With such reasonable rates of interest, I may even decide to come back.
This is why I hate grown up. You're literally gonna be a grown up in 1 year, but okay, girl. Oh, for sure. That camera is definitely gonna be the gimmick of this case.
Just because I'm a diver, everyone thinks it makes me a liar.
And the contents of the coat pockets, if you please, broker.
But of course, sir. Here's the disc for you.
Just this one?
Pardon, sir?
I was expecting another. That is, I deposited another.
Another disc?
Oh, oh dear. I regret to inform you, sir, that was deposited with me was merely the overcoat. The disc happened to be in one of the pockets, but I was completely unaware of it until now.
So, Gutterling, you're hiding more of what's rightfully mine, are you?
Says who, huh? I don't know nothing about it.
Very well. Then I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal! I will be speaking to the neighborhood watch about this.
Oh my, yes, there's blood on the disc.
It's because of all those sharp little bumps. The man must have scratched his finger on them.
I found it first, all right. I mean, it belonged to me, old man. So you're not having it? Oh, you take it.
Me?
I hang on to it. You'll have it off me again. So you keep hold of it.
Miss Lestrade, why is this disc so important to her? The metal disc used to play music in a mechanical music box. The piece of music, which remains unidentified, is stored on the disc by means of small protrusions.
You there, in the black livery. Hand the disc to me at once, please.
No, don't! He's lying! Grown-ups are liars!
She an orphan? Let's see. Also, hello, welcome in. Young pickpocket who we first met during a trial a month ago. She and Iris have become firm friends since. I can't remember. It's been quite a while since we did that case. What do I do now? How am I going to resolve it? Oh, I should save my game. Hold on, I haven't saved my game in a bit. I haven't saved my game since I started the stream. Holy shit. Oh.
Mr. Sholmes? What are you examining with such keen interest there?
My choice is important. Oh no!
As you enjoy a bar of caramel, I see.
So, you found me at last, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry?
After that young pickpocket sent me in my way, I was forced to lurk in the shadows, cruelly ostracized, as the rest of you partook in the jovial atmosphere of fellowship. I had nothing to occupy my mind, but I was too ashamed to let society see what my downfall had done to me. So feigning mock interest, I pretended to examine the tedious trinkets in this desolate place. Whilst, as you shrewdly observed, gnawing on the only friend I have left.
A 7% solution of caramel.
Pray, do you claim to understand the depths of my despair, Mr. Naruhodo? But how could you?
I was so lonely. So desperately lonely.
Then, why on earth didn't you rejoin the conversation? Things have gone from bad to worse here, you know?
Yes, I overheard much of your conversation. Or rather, in my craving for human contact, my ears devoured every word that was uttered.
You really were sad, weren't you? Poor Mr. Sholmes. I feel simply awful for you.
It would seem that my inferences are correct.
Oh, surely you're not about to tell us that you've solved the entire case once again?
My dear madam, sometimes I wonder, were my genius for deduction to be commoditized? How much could I pawn it for?
Oh, is this entire episode like, it's not an actual trial again? Like, it's just another adventure that we're doing, like, kind of like the ship?
It seems Mr. Sholmes has had another of his flashes of inspiration. But who knows if it will help to resolve the situation between Miss Lestrade and the mysterious gentleman. What's the right thing to do here?
So sorry about that. I'm trying not to get distracted because this game has a lot of story, so sorry about that. Mr. Rottenegg to be on a trial later. Oh, so everyone has like a thing. Yeah, let's listen. Can we put it in the hold on.
I don't know. If Mr. Sholmes starts on one of his wild, rambling deductions now, he could just fan the flames of this argument. I think it would be sensible to try something else. Mr. Naruhodo, what are you saying? The great detective has made one of his great deductions. He's sure to cut straight to the heart of the matter. That's what I'm worried about. We don't need any more cuts around here.
Okay, I'll go back and I'll do it. I wanted to see if we could talk to the little machine first.
Well, Miss Lestrade, it would appear you find yourself in something of a predicament.
Where the blue blazes have you been, eh?
Pardon?
When a lady's in trouble, a true gent's supposed to be there to help! Straight away! Not an hour later!
Yeesh, harsh.
And who, pray tell, are you?
Mr. Eggert Benedict.
You have, in my eyes, a veritably encyclopedic array of curiosities about your person. Nevertheless, there are two immovable conclusions I have drawn. I beg your pardon. The first is this. The true reason for your visit to this pawnbrokery today is something you've not yet revealed. And the second is this. A considerable crime is in contemplation. One you will orchestrate with intent to steal a vast sum of shmoney. Well, Mr. Benedict, what say you to my deductions?
How? He's turned as white as a hard-boiled egg.
It would seem that once again, Mr. Sholmes has made a flawless deduction.
Just who do you think you are, sir? Ah, yes, as I hoped. That is precisely the pained expression I was looking for.
Oh, actually, wait, can I look at the...
Look at all the little bumps on the disc. They're so tiny.
I'm the manager.
Yes, the protrusions are called pins, and they pluck the teeth of the comb to make notes. And just on the edge, there's a small amount of blood. Yes, the blood of the mysterious Mr. Eggert Benedict. When Miss Lestrade tried to grab the disc from him, the pin scratched his fingers, it seems. Like when you're grating some daikon radish and accidentally catch your finger.
Ouch! Ah, just thinking about it hurts. Ugh, and puts me off eating radish. Ooh! McGilded!
Oh, there's a little scrap of paper stuck into the reverse side of the disc. Look. And a scribbled word or two. It looks like someone's name. For McGilded.
But head to bed. Thank you so much for hanging out, Leitmotifs. Take care.
McGilded? It couldn't be. But it is, Mr. Nuttall. A name I shall never forget for as long as I live.
But why? Why is his name on this? Oh! Ruh-roh, Raggy!
So, shall we begin?
Welcome in, pretentious Frostlass.
The time has come for yet another Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. Mystery Man's aim. First of all, we must ask ourselves on what business you ventured to this pawnbrokery today. You claim to have been followed in this pickpocketeer, having had redemption tickets stolen from you on the street. But that is most certainly a lie. The real truth is something quite different. As revealed by that which you hold in your hand. Yes, what brought you to this shop in the first place is the staff recruitment flyer. The piece of paper in your hand is a staff-wanted advertisement for this very shop. Yet even the most unobservant would soon realize that a man of your appearance has no need for such employ. In other words, there is some ulterior motive for your actions. The cane, which you unwittingly clutch to your person, exhibits an incontrovertible contradiction. What utter rot! I've had this cane for years. It was given to me by my daddy and his daddy, and all the bucks that he could afford. The contradiction of which I speak is, of course, the missing ferrule. The end of any walking cane should be terminated with a metal ferrule to protect the wooden tip.
Be my daddy? You think he's hot, Relix? You like him?
And yet detailed analysis shows that the wooden tip of this stick to be utterly bare. Therefore, there's only one conclusion. The rod that you hold in your hand, which appears to be a walking cane.
By my... Oh, oops. Oops.
Is in fact no cane at all.
You like him? You think he's hot?
You recoil, sir. Is something wrong? And in your recoiling, you inadvertently facilitate the answer of the next conundrum to present itself.
I don't like him. I don't think he's that attractive at all. Even for an Ace Attorney character.
Namely, what is the truth behind this rod you bear? Yes, your reaction betrays the truth. The handle, which you evidently would like to conceal, is the key to understanding this riddle you see. From the moment I saw it, my suspicions were aroused. What walking cane demands such a stout handle? Mused I. But of course, as I said, this is no walking cane. No, that rod. Is the broken handle of a shovel. Are you insane? And now, having determined this undeniable truth, the conclusion is clear. Your true motive for coming here was to take employment as this establishment in order to excavate the ground beneath the premises. What a calculated crime you've conceived, sir. A wickedly calculated crime. To tunnel underneath the pawnbrokery. Topic 2. Great crime. Now, Mr. Benedict, let us continue. For we must expose the details of this elaborate crime you have in the planning. This is utterly absurd. You suggest that I, a gentleman, intend to excavate the ground beneath this pawnbrokery with a broken shovel. I'll have you know that I am a member of the Sigma 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 Omega fraternity. What on earth do you propose that I could expect to find there? Some long-forgotten treasure, I suppose. Save for such a fanciful theory, what possible reason could I have to do as you say? This isn't a frat hazing. Oh, but there is an ample reason. As you are only too well aware, Mr. Benedict. And your furtive glance is more telling than I could have hoped. What? Let us consider what would motivate a man to infiltrate a shop such as this and covertly dig beneath its floor. The answer is revealed by the council notice on the counter to which your eyes were inadvertently drawn. This letter gives notice of public works to be carried out in the local area. And according to the enclosed plan of the upcoming sewage works.
Beneath this shop runs a sewer that adjoins another, one that runs under the bank of the opposite side of the road. This madness has entered the sewers now. Oh,
This madness has now entered the sewers, has it?
by excavating the ground beneath our feet, you would have gained access to the waterway that flows in very close proximity to the great vault of the financial institution opposite. What are you? In summary,